for me. But on to the next comedian. I got the privilege of meeting this guy 2 years ago when he came up and from Los Angeles to do an amazing tour. And I'm thrilled to have him here. He's an amazing comic, and he's gonna blow your mind. From Los Angeles, Paul J.
My name's Paul. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
It's my first Bumbershoot festival, and I think I might have partied a little too hard this weekend. Does anybody know how to get semen stains out of a Bible? You laughed at that. That's good. You're a hip crowd. I have a version of that joke that I do for crowds that are not as hip. It goes like this. Hey everybody, my name's Paul J. How y'all doing tonight? Having a good time? Alright, it's my first time in Seattle. I'm afraid I might have partied a bit too hard, man. Anybody here know how to get semen stains out of a Koran? Whoa! And then I sing Sweet Home Alabama in its entirety. My blue-collar comedy catchphrase is the complete lyrics to Sweet Home Alabama. It takes a while to get through a set. It's about 5 minutes between every joke, but it's worth it to see the smiles on their little faces. Rednecks have really little faces. It's dramatic. They're like carnies. Ross Parsons. John Sanders. I'm mixing up my tall, skinny white guys. It's so racist of me. John's talking about Disneyland. How many people here have been to the Tiki Room?
Yes.
Disneyland?
Yes.
If you haven't been, let me explain. It's not a room. It's a torturous hell chamber where robots come out of the walls and yell at you, and you're supposed to be entranced. It's all these it's like tiki masks that talk, and all these robot birds that lower from the ceiling, and they're screaming at you with songs that were popular in 1961, and their robot beaks are clacking out of time with the words that they're saying, and it's fucking creepy. But what it really is super, super racist, because each of the four main parrots that lowers from the ceiling to host the show in their robot way is a different nationality or ethnicity. We've got the lead parrot, who is Mexican in extraction, and of course talks like this. Hey everybody, welcome to the Tiki Room. I'm so pleased to have you. Tacos, tamales, enchiladas, whatever the fuck. And another parrot whose name is Maurice, and who is a French parrot, you know, like you get in France. If you go there, parrots everywhere. And he talks like Maurice Chevalier. Hey everybody, it's very nice to be here. I'm going to thank heaven for little girls in a creepy pedophilic way later. It's going to be fun. And the third parrot is named Fritz. And he's a German parrot. We're getting just further and further from the climates where parrots successfully live as we go further into the Tiki Room. And Fritz talks like the gayest German that ever gave. And welcome everybody to the enchanted Tiki Room. It's so nice to have you. And the fourth parrot is Irish. That's how racist the Tiki Room is. It was made back when Irish people weren't white, when they were some strange potato-sucking monkey race from the far north that nobody understood. The only thing missing from the Tiki Room is a Korean parrot that says, "Welcome to Enchanted Tiki Room. You buy something or get out!" Fucking awful. I hate it. I'm getting married, you guys.
Yeah!
I like to turn away and then spring that on everyone, like it's a thing. I'm getting married, among other reasons, so that I can have health care. Because that's where we're at in America, where being able to go to the fucking doctor when you're sick is the new green card. Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Because the cow gets a very nice corporate benefits package from her internet marketing job that the milk on its own does not include. I've drunk my fair share of that milk and it has been delicious. But it's never contained antibiotics or new contact lenses. So if this here dairy farm hand ever wants to go to the dentist again, let's say, he's gonna have to put a ring on a cow. My girlfriend doesn't like that punchline, which is why I follow it up by saying that all those expressions about marriage are horrible. Like buying the cow, ball and chain, put a ring on it. Like they all reduce the woman in the marriage to like dead weight, or at least a domestic animal of some sort. And I don't know if I'm supposed to join in on this, like be at parties and introduce my wife as my jizz camel or something. Yeah. One drink lasts for 6 months. Because it has to! High five! Women are We're getting married, and we're both a little worried about monogamy. And I know I'm worried about monogamy because I still have condoms in my toiletry case that I take with me on trips. I've never used them. I just have them. Like Mel Gibson had the one bullet in Lethal Weapon. But then I'm on a trip with my girlfriend, and we're in a hotel room, and I have to use her toothpaste because I forgot mine. Go in her toiletry case. She has condoms in her toiletry case. More condoms than I have in mine. And I realized we're like two people co-piloting a plane and looking at each other like, dude, you flying this plane? I'm flying the fuck out of this plane. We're gonna land this. We're safe. We're gonna fly this plane together, right? Yeah, absolutely. And we're just covered in parachutes. Parachutes on our torso, arms, legs, everything. Every time one of us sneezes, the other one goes, where are you gonna? And I told that to my girlfriend, and she said, well, you know what? It's safer than a plane with no parachutes. That's why we're getting married. Because she fucking gets it. Thank God for that. We're trying to stop smoking so much weed. We do everything together. It's adorable. We both have a problem with weed where if we have it in the house, we will smoke it until it's gone. So my girlfriend's like, how can we slow down our consumption a little bit? Maybe we can eat it. Like, you don't do as much that way. We can like ease ourselves out of this thing. What if I just bake the weed into brownies? And I said, only if we can use the all edges brownie pan that I saw in the airplane catalog the other day. And if you don't know what this is, it's a brownie pan, an ordinary rectangular brownie pan, but with a little fiendish metal labyrinth inside that the brownie mix has to find its way through. And then when they cook, they're all up against one of the edges, so you get that nice crunchy corner piece, which is my favorite part of the brownie. But then my girlfriend says, I hate that. That's my least favorite part of the brownie. I hate the edges. We gotta do something else. And I said, I was like, I'm gonna work with you. I'm gonna work with you on this. I said, so you want a no edges brownie pan? Okay. We need a surface that's edgeless, but finite. We can't violate the laws of physics here. A sphere, solid metal sphere with heating elements inside. We slather brownie mix onto the outside of the sphere, turn it on, cooks from the inside out, and we've got a perfectly spherical batch of brownies, not a corner piece among them. But then she said, well, won't the brownie mix just drip off the sphere and fall on the floor? And I said, well, obviously, the brownie sphere would have to be big enough to generate its own gravitational field. Duh. We're talking about a space station, possibly, or a small moon, coated in heating elements and sheet steel. And then the brownies will be gravitationally stuck to the oven and all cook evenly and be perfect. And she said, but what about the edge on the bottom? Yeah, that's what I said. What? Edge on the bottom. The crunchy part where the brownie touches the pan on the bottom of the brownie. I count that as an edge. I don't like that either. I was like, well, first of all, how have you ever enjoyed brownies? Because they all have that. And second of all, you're going to need to draw me a map back to the drawing board because I got pretty deep into this thing. Okay. Brownies that are edgeless and don't even touch any metal while they're cooking. We're still dealing with zero gravity, but now we're talking about something more manageable in size, just a little convection oven that's hovering in low Earth orbit, zero gravity inside. We squirt brownie mix into the middle to form perfect little spheres that hang in the center of the oven and cook through without touching everything so Miss Picky Pants can have her edgeless space brownies. And then she said, maybe I'll just bake the weed into cookies. And I said, maybe we don't need weed because we're sober right now and this is the highest conversation anyone has ever had.